What's going on, everybody? You're listening to Trash Deer Radio here for episode 10. We finally made it a whole 10 episodes.
Congratulations.
I am your host, Tyler, joined today by Chance.
I am the Clit Commander.
And Lucas.
Hello.
And today we are joined by a very, very special guest.
Woo!
The man, the myth, the legend, Michael Cook.
Hey, everybody.
Woo!
Thanks for coming on, Mike.
Thanks for coming, Mike.
Yeah,
For being the
Mike.
first guest on Trash Deer
You should
Podcast.
be honored.
Wow. I am honored.
You should be.
Mike, I just want to point out that you came in here looking the finest that anyone has ever looked on Trash Deer.
It's true. You're making us
Oh.
look bad. I'm kind of pissed off.
You see, we're all wearing like t-shirts and like
Shorts and a
shorts.
hoodie.
You are like a combination of Jagger and Mr. Rogers right now.
That's so true.
That's,
oh my god.
That's how I align myself morally as well.
Morally. All right, everybody. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Trash Deer Sports. Make sure you follow us on subscribe, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify.
Pornhub.
Did we
Chance
get
has a
there
couple-
yet?
Reddit.
We're gold premium now.
Oh, we're getting somewhere.
Gold premium.
Yeah,
It's expensive.
You know about that.
the podcast makes up for it.
Thanks to all
Podcast
10 of you
makes-
listeners.
Yeah. Hey, we're getting there. Okay. All right. Well, it's a pretty big week here for the NFL, kind of, sort of, but not really. But we're going to start off anyway with the fact that the Dallas Cowboys made a trade since our last podcast, and they acquired Amari Cooper. Chance, how do you feel about that trade?
Yeah, this was just pure desperation. This was Jerry Jones tired of hearing about how Dak Prescott doesn't have a number one wide receiver. He's tired of hearing that Dez Bryant needs to be re-signed. So what's he do? He calls up John Gruden, who has his fire sale over in Oakland, and says, "Hey, I see you like first-round picks. Why don't you take ours for your wide receiver Amari Cooper there?" And John Gruden says, "Fuck yeah, I'm going to Vegas."
So we've been shitting on Gruden like the past few weeks. Like, it's obviously he deserves it, but they have what, four first-round
Three.
picks now?
They
First-round
have
picks?
3 first-round picks this year and 2 next year.
Yeah, but
right now.
I thought this wasn't a good draft. Like, this wasn't a great.
Yeah,
for-
but
It's still, I mean,
yeah, I guess I see what
he,
you're saying.
he has the tools to do whatever he wants.
if
Like-
they're in rebuild, they're gonna do well. Like at rebuilding, I don't know if it's gonna work out in their favor,
like
but
10 years from now, we could be saying that Gruden is a genius.
Well,
Like,
That's
at
what I'm
this point, they're
saying.
definitely playing for Vegas. They're not playing for
oh
Oakland
no,
at all.
No.
Mike-
No, they realize that if the team is as shitty as possible, that fans won't miss them as much as if they were winning.
The Raiders are moving to a different city
Yeah.
Okay.
The
They're-
Raiders
they're-
are moving from Oakland to Las Vegas.
in like 2 or 3 years.
Does Elon Musk have anything to do with this?
Nah, unfortunately
Oh.
not.
Okay.
No, but
He
I
smoked
heard
that
he's
joint
an
out.
alien.
Okay, then yeah, he was probably. I mean, the NFL is pretty much. I don't know. It's a confusing organization. Not like not the sport, but just like
the business.
who owns what and why, and
People
it's like legal slavery. It's
They
ridiculous.
really hate people who kneel. They really hate kneeling in general.
what is going on right now?
Yeah, because the contracts, they're locked into
like
contracts.
They're selling
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Like that.
These
I don't
people
know.
signed the contracts.
Oh, that's true. I guess it isn't then.
But technically, wouldn't that make like musicians and artists and shit
Oh,
slaves
definitely,
too?
definitely.
So then, technically, when Kanye West says that slavery doesn't exist, but he technically is a slave, in your opinion, Cook,
Yeah.
from the media,
From the words of
In
Michael
the world's
Cook.
opinion, I don't know. I think that once you start in a certain type of career, once you get trapped in that, and I don't know if that's necessarily a form of slavery, but I think that's. I think it's pretty. We might have to cut this.
This is staying in. I have no idea where we're at. We literally talked about the Raiders for a second. Mike, go ahead and finish. How do you feel about the trade, Mike?
I think that it's a pretty good idea. I think that Grumbo or whatever his name is.
Gruden.
Gruden. Yeah, I think that Gruden. I think he's been doing pretty well. You know.
As he?
Yeah, you know that 1-5 start.
Yeah, I think. I mean, there's still it's 1 out of 5, not 0 out of 5. You know,
You're
like
right.
I
It
think
Mike-
could,
Mike's looking at
it
it.
could be worse.
it could be so much worse.
Instead of being tied for last place, he could be in sole last place.
Yeah, I think Grumbo's doing a pretty good job, and I think that I think he could be trade. Who's he getting traded to?
He's going to Vegas.
Oh, okay. I mean, he's gonna have fun at least.
He's getting traded from Oakland to Vegas. Would you like that going
Dallas,
from Compton to Vegas?
Yeah, I would.
No, we're talking about Rumbo.
Compton's on Oakland.
I
isn't
thought-
it?
Yeah. Grumbo, dude.
Yeah. Oakland is southern Los Angeles. And
Yeah.
that's what Compton is.
I thought it was Oakland, like the Oakland across from San
Pittsburgh.
Francisco.
that's Compton.
Compton's in L.A.
That's where Oakland is.
I'm pulling up a map right now.
I think the Oakland Raiders are in the LA. I don't think is San Francisco even close to
I
LA?
like the Oakland Bakery.
Oakmont.
Oh, that's it. I never did
Sorry,
go
I'm
there.
like fucking half team up here. No, it's definitely not in L.A. It's
It's
definitely
not?
in Oakland.
Oh, I always thought it was in Compton.
I thought there was an Oakland.
Yeah, no, it's like Oakland,
In,
like Oakland A's.
Oakland.
Yeah, but
And
I
then-
always thought
Oakland,
Oakland
Pittsburgh,
was
yeah.
like Compton.
No, Oakland. Compton's in L.A.
Yeah.
Oakland is like
I mean,
across
I
from
know
San
there's another
Francisco,
Oakland.
like across
Is
the
that
bay.
is that far?
I don't think they're close.
Yeah,
they're-
it doesn't matter.
I was about to say, just look right here.
I don't.
There's Oakland and there's Los
I don't
Angeles.
give
We
two
obviously
fucks
bring
about
facts.
You
the
know,
state of California.
Holy
you know, we probably should have paid attention a little more in Mr. Bear's class.
That's.
So
Danny Bear.
Mike's
I was
only
there.
correct.
I showed up.
Mike, you almost showed your balls.
I did show my balls.
Can you tell a story, Mike?
Okay, yeah. So every day, senior year, was
Senior
it?
year, yeah,
Okay,
senior year of high school.
of high school. They had this geography class, and I had gym class, but I never went to gym class. So I would sneak in, and Chuck would always never show up to that class, the geography. So I'd stop in because all my friends took that class, and I'd stop in and I'd put my hood up if I had a hoodie or something, and I'd like shield my face, and Mr. Bear would go around the room taking attendance. I'd do some, I don't know. I'd either go here or something freaking ridiculous, and he'd be like, Mike, what are you doing in here? And I'll be like, this isn't gym class, and I just leave. And this was like almost every day, I think. But one day, Mr. Bear, the door was locked, and I was like, oh shit, I can't get in there. So, and everybody was looking over at me, and I remember, I can't say names, okay. I remember AP was looking over there, and I thought it'd be funny
Oh my god.
I thought it'd be funny. There's like a little window. It's like oblong, like a little rectangle there.
Yeah, it's like a wooden door with like a glass
window.
yeah.
you can see through. You can see.
Yeah,
through.
it was translucent. But I took my balls out of my pants, and I stretched out the skin, and I put it on the window.
You did none of this.
I did. I swear to God. And then
Lucas is confirming.
and I did that.
I think
and
I
then,
saw one nut.
And then Mr. Bear, like, unbeknownst to me, just pops his big fucking head in that fucking little window, and I stuff my fucking nuggets right back into my pants. I've never stuffed my fucking balls into my pants as fast as I did that day. And I'm pretty sure, like, some of it got caught in the teeth of my zipper. It was horrible. I was like, oh, hey, Mr. Bear. And he's like, Mike, what are you doing here? And I'm like, this isn't gym class.
So let me get this straight, Mike. You harass this class every day
Uh-huh.
at the same time, and every day you do something, remotely funny outside the window just to be, a jackass.
Yeah, well, sometimes in the room as well.
He would sit down in the classroom.
I'd sleep in the room, and then he'd be like, CJ, and I'd be like, here. And he'd be like, you're not CJ. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, you're right.
So on this fine day, you decided to, visit this class,
Mhm.
and was it in this brief moment that you decided to whip out your beanbags and push
It's
them
always in
against
Mike
the
Cook's
glass?
head to
It's-
whip out a nut whenever he has a chance.
Either a nut or a ding dong. I'm like,
Whichever he's feeling.
Yeah.
High school was nuts. Now he's up to ding dongs.
yeah. Well, now I'm up to pubes.
Oh yeah.
You only show
like,
pubes now.
Yeah, I got half.
I respect that.
My trimmer broke, and no, my trimmer broke, and I was like, oh, the right side is all shaven completely, but the left side is like a forest, and I'm just gonna leave it like that.
Do you have a name for that style?
The Clint Westwood, because it
It's the West Side.
Face-
or
Faces
the
west.
Flint Westwood, because it's as hard as flint, and the the left side of it because it's like the west.
What about Flint, Michigan? Half of it has water, half of it doesn't.
That's true. That and that's where that comes from originally. Is the name of.
All right,
All right,
so
so-
in the NFL,
So back to football.
Peterson wants out of.
We're talking about Peterson.
Yeah, so Patrick Peterson he said he wanted out, but now apparently he wants back in.
What a fucking wishy-washy piece of shit. Just kick him out.
Chance, what team do you think would benefit the most from having him?
Honestly, there's a few. There's three that come to the top of my head that would benefit right now with
Probably a
Patrick
women's
Peterson.
volleyball league.
Number one is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They need a corner badly. I feel like if they got Patrick Peterson, they would be right up there with the Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots for top teams in the AFC this season.
Yeah, because that's honestly one of the. I can't think of another big factor that why the Steelers are not doing as good as they need to be, and it comes right down to the cornerbacks.
It's literally the
Artie Burns
quarterbacks.
is a bust.
Biggest position of need. And when everyone thought it was going to be the middle linebacker position without Shazier, it turns out to be the corner position. But my second team is the New Orleans Saints. And I had him actually going to New Orleans, saying that he's from Louisiana. He went to college at LSU. But yesterday, the New Orleans Saints made a trade for Giants cornerback Eli Apple. They gave up a 4th and a 7th round pick for him. So New Orleans didn't have a 1st round pick to trade for Patrick Peterson this year. I think that's what the Cardinals want. So they
I think
went
Eli
for
Apple's
someone
going to
else.
do good in New Orleans.
Yeah,
it's a good pickup for them.
I feel like he's a solid pick for what they traded.
You don't think New Orleans could have given up like 2 seconds or something like that?
I mean,
I guess at that point it depends on how badly you want a quarterback.
yeah, it's all on what Arizona's asking too.
That is true.
The third team I think that could use Patrick Peterson would be the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a terrific offense. I feel like if they just had like one decent defensive player, that would solidify them as the number one team in the AFC.
Yeah, I agree. I think those are the 3 teams that probably need him the most. Is just teams with really
Aren't the
weak
Patriots
secondaries.
looking?
Yeah, they're
Hunt.
looking at him.
But I don't
think
see
they'll
the
get him.
Patriots. I also don't see the Steelers getting him either.
I honestly
No,
don't see
there's-
anyone
definitely not.
trading for
Just
him.
because the Steelers won't trade their 1st round pick.
I
which is
feel like he
stupid.
will be in Arizona for the rest of the season.
Yeah, the problem is that Steelers don't realize that this is the only window they have for the next 5 years. Well, their window is slowly closing with Ben, AB, and Bell, especially if Bell's gone after this year, and they just need to go balls to the walls. And
I want the Steelers to keep the tradition of them not getting rid of their 1st round pick. They've had their 1st round pick since 1968. They haven't given up since 67. So that'd be cool just to keep that going, just be that one team. But it also would be pretty sick to have someone like that on your team.
I was about to say, would you rather have another Super Bowl, or would you rather have a?
I mean, it's not guaranteed that he'll
streak.
bring us a Super Bowl.
No, but I think it greatly
It is
increases
closer,
the
yeah,
chances.
but
It almost goes down to tradition.
yeah, do you want the tradition or do you want a player?
I feel like the Steelers need to move on from the tradition. This isn't the 70s anymore.
Yeah, this is our first.
Every other sport, no one values a 1st round pick like
Mhm.
the NFL does. People trade picks in the NBA, they trade picks in the NHL, they trade picks in baseball all the time.
Yeah.
The NFL, they look at these picks like they're fucking gold, and they hold on to them like the gold is around their neck.
Well, I will say, the one thing I will say about the NFL draft in comparison to the NBA draft and stuff like that is that with the NFL, there's so many different positions that even if you're picking later in the round, you can still get the number 1 overall corner or something of that draft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one reason why I could see why you would hold picks pretty tight to your chest, because if suppose the Steelers really need a cornerback, and at the 28th overall pick we can get the number 1 cornerback in that draft, then it may be worth it. But at the same time, whereas with NBA, there's only 5 positions you need to fill. With the NHL, there's 8?
2.
No.
I mean, different forwards, but forwards defensemen is pretty much what it comes
Yeah.
down to.
So I could see that's why people would value an NFL pick more than another sport.
But the thing is with the Steelers is every year they're drafting at the end of the rounds.
Mhm.
They're finishing top 20 to the last couple picks of the 1st round.
Mhm.
And with the NFL, every year there's 10 solid players in the 1st round that are going to be superstars. And then the rest is could be good players, and then there's hidden gems in the draft like Antonio Brown. You're not guaranteed a good player just by having a draft pick,
Mhm.
So
And I agree. I think they need to trade the pick and just move on with it, and just they have this certain window, especially now. It's you got to hit now because it's going to be a while till you're in this window again. So
I think if they had the perfect opportunity, like the Cardinals called them up specifically, like, yo, you want this person, give us your pick, they do it, but they're not going to go out of their way to do it.
See,
That's why
I just think they need to call him and just be like, hey, if we give you our first round pick for Patrick Peterson,
It's going to take more than a first round pick too.
You never know.
So,
If no one calls him though, and they say, hey, Patrick Peterson wants out.
I don't know.
I heard right now that the asking price is a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and a starting player.
But has anyone offered him anything yet?
No,
I heard they
because
don't
that's
even want to
outrageous.
trade him though.
Well, then that's them. I mean, they're a shitty team, so at this point, you kind of got to pull a Raiders and just try to go full on tank.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Well, let's just go right into our Week 8 predictions.
Oh yeah.
Who came out on top last week? It was
We're
definitely me.
still about the same. All of us are literally almost the same. We literally get the same amount right every week,
That's because we all picked the same fucking pick.
Yeah.
Except for like a couple,
There's like one
couple
except
here
for
and
like 4 or 5.
Get
I
ready
guess.
to change that tradition.
Mike, that's why you're here.
My
You're-
cook's going for a clean sweep.
Shit up.
Mike is literally like the Stephen Hawkins of NFL predictions.
I am.
like he
I'm
came up with
paraplegic.
the theory of relativity for NFL quarterbacks throwing spirals.
I have. It's in my Google Notes.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
All right, the first game of the week, Thursday night, Miami at Houston, the Dolphins at the Texans. Who you picking, Chance?
Well, you see, this is an interesting game because good old Brock Osweiler is going to be starting again, and he is 2-0 right now. He just defeated the Chicago Bears.
He lost last week to
oh,
the
did he?
Lions. Yeah.
Oh well, fuck
But
it.
he had a decent game. Like he wasn't.
Yeah,
he wasn't the reason why they lost. I mean, he wasn't great, but he had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. But
Anyways, Brock Osweiler returning to Houston, the team that gave up on him after one season, after giving him basically $70 million to do jack shit, and then trade him to the Cleveland Browns just to get rid of him. So it's Brocktober. I think that he's going to upset the Houston Texans.
So you're picking Miami.
I'm picking Miami.
Texans looked good last week against Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville could be falling apart. Watson didn't do too hot, but I don't know. I don't think this Osweiler hype train's gonna last.
You don't think it's
But whenever he
Brocktober?
is hot, he fucking lasts. Like when he was in Denver, he's a fucking.
It's Brocktober, baby.
I don't know.
Who you picking, Lucas?
I'm gonna go with Miami.
He's riding with the Brocktober.
Well, I'm going to go with the Texans. I'm going to pick the home team on this one.
All right, Mike.
Shit.
Miami Dolphins, Houston Texans.
You know, I honestly was gonna say here. This is difficult because I like Miami.
Yeah.
Um,
Kansas
City.
City?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean as their
The
team.
team. Oh, okay,
Yeah, I
okay,
like the
okay.
Isn't that where your parents live in the winters?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they live
Close.
close. Yeah.
Don't disclose the location, Mike.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Mike-
yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. But the Texans, I don't like the Texans. But at the same point, I mean, this isn't about what
You
I
don't like Texans, or you don't like
I don't
the
like the,
Texans?
the team. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind the.
I was gonna say.
people. I've never been there, so. But
Who you picking, Michael?
I was gonna go against the grain, but I honestly have to go with Miami.
Oh, Mike's on Brocktober too.
Damn. I'm on a Houston train all by myself here. All right, next game is the Philadelphia Eagles at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mike, who you picking?
Oh, you want to know who I'm picking?
Who you picking, Michael?
Are you asking me?
That's exactly what I'm doing right now.
You know what? I'm going straight Eagles. Eagles have always been my team. They've always lost. Love them.
And the green.
Mike, they
And
won
the green.
They won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, but like they didn't before that.
You're
Ever.
right.
You're
Can't
right,
argue
they
with
did.
that.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. He's not
You're
wrong.
right.
Yeah, and I was so happy that they won last year that I
How many days did you riot?
burnt down a village.
That video of that guy eating horse poop.
That was me.
Now that you say that, I can see it.
Yeah, I just shaved.
Lucas,
my
who you picking?
Last week Philadelphia was up 17-0 against Carolina, and they let Carolina come back and score 3 unanswered touchdowns.
Yeah,
and
but
they
Carolina's
lost
a good team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Eagles are looking bad this year. Jacksonville is also looking bad. It's going to be another toss-up game. There's no really set winner in this one. I'm just going to pick the Eagles. I think they're a better team.
Chance?
Well, you see, my football guru buddy here, Mike, he went with the Eagles. I like the Eagles. I like Carson Wentz more than I like Blake Buttholes.
Damn
Cody
right.
Kessler didn't do too bad.
Cody
last
Kessler ain't starting. They said Blake
week.
Bortles.
He's
is.
starting. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely not winning now.
Yeah, I feel like in the battle of both teams needing a win desperately to keep their seasons alive, I think the Eagles prevail.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm picking Philadelphia as well. I feel like Jacksonville is just in a total state of turmoil. I mean, the offense and defense were trying to fight in the locker room after the last game, and until they
That's outrageous.
figure out what they're doing with Blake Bortles, they're just gonna be banking on that defense.
Blake
and that
Buttholes.
defense. Yeah, Blake Buttholes, and
Oh,
the defense
man.
seems pretty pissed. Next game is the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chance, why don't you start us off?
I'm going Kansas City. There's nothing else to say here.
Yeah, Chiefs.
I was also going Kansas City.
Yeah, I think that's Kansas City. They're
Yeah.
still one of the hottest teams right now. I'm
How
not gonna
hot
say
are they,
that.
Mike?
You want to know how hot they are, Chance?
How hot are
Is that
they?
what you're asking?
That's what I'm asking.
Okay, well, I'll tell you how hot they are. They are very hot.
Wow.
They're very hot.
Fantastic
You're not
analysis.
wrong.
Are they like Taco Bell Diablo sauce hot?
They're like putting air on your ball sack hot. they're
I remember that day.
Oh yeah.
All right, next game. The Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers are on a win streak right now. The Browns are the fucking Browns. Coaching problems right now. Head coach, offensive coordinator fighting. Todd Haley might get drunk before the game at Tequila Cowboy. Who knows?
We can only hope.
We can only hope. I'm going with Pittsburgh. Fuck the Browns.
The Browns didn't do too bad last week. They lost to the Buccaneers, but Baker Mayfield had 215 yards, no interceptions, 2 touchdowns, and Nick Chubb started the first game, and they traded Hyde. I think it was a terrible mistake. They gave Hyde to
forgot to bring that up.
Jacksonville. That was trash. Yeah,
that
Pittsburgh
fucked up my
Steelers,
fantasy.
they're going to win, no doubt.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with Pittsburgh. I feel like, however, I do think it's funny that Pittsburgh didn't play and they jumped to the number one in the division, and now people seem really high of them now,
Well,
just because they didn't play.
it's not just the fact that we're in first place because the other teams are bad. We're looking good. Like, we're starting to play well.
You know what?
Mike, who you picking? I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Picking Browns.
Upset City!
Mike Cook picking Cleveland.
Here's the reasoning behind.
Let's hear
what
it.
I'm
Let's
saying.
hear it.
I don't know anything about sports. No.
Don't
But
lie to people like
You're
that.
No,
lying.
I'm just kidding. I honestly, for some reason, I'm just like I want to pick the Steelers, right?
Yeah, understandable.
But I'm you know I'm a
You got to throw an
hometown
upset in
boy.
there.
Yeah, but
Not
honestly,
everybody wins.
honestly, for some reason, I'm getting the feeling that the Browns are going to win. They have that new
Quarterback?
guy.
Quarterback?
Yeah, they got the new quarterback.
Yep.
He's
Good.
He's very good. He has a little bit. He screws up. I mean, he has a few throws that weren't so well. He got that interception.
Yeah, he occasionally throws some interceptions.
He got shoulder pads on.
That
he's
is,
doing
And a
good.
helmet.
And
Don't
a
forget the
helmet.
helmet.
he has to
Yeah.
stay protected.
He has that new helmet too. They just made.
Yeah, the one that prevents CTE and lawsuits.
Yeah, you don't have to pull after like 5 years of playing. You don't have to like pull your teeth out and super glue them back in.
Okay. Next game is Redskins at Giants. Eli went off last week, Lucas.
Yeah, because I talked him up. He's like, you know what? I'm going to do it for this man.
Are you saying Eli went off as in did
Like,
good?
As in 399 yards with one
Lucas,
touchdown?
Lucas, did you watch that game?
No, I didn't watch the game.
Lucas, if
the
you looked-
Giants are trash.
if you looked at the stat line without watching the game, you'd think Eli Manning played like Pat Mahomes. But if you watched the game
It
like
was
I
so
did,
bad.
Eli Manning looked like a dead fucking body out
I
there.
know. It's
Like just
sad.
laying on the fucking field. Like they snap the ball to it and the ball just fucking lays there because it's a fucking dead body. That's what Eli Manning looked like.
Because his
Occasionally
line's trash.
Saquon like the ball would land on top of the dead body and like it wouldn't touch the field, so it's a live ball. And Saquon would come up and pick it up and run it for fucking
I'm
60
saying it's
yards.
399 yards. Not bad. I know he's whatever
Lucas,
you guys think of
are you
him.
picking the New York Giants right now?
Yeah, Redskins aren't any better.
Lucas, the Giants.
I'm
just
gonna go
traded
with the
away
Giants.
Their defense.
Lucas picking the
I don't
Giants.
care. They're gonna win.
All right, Chance. Me and you, I'm guessing,
I
are
need to-
picking
they need to
Washington.
win.
The better of the
They're
team.
due.
Yeah.
Mike, who are you picking between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants?
Honestly, I was gonna go Redskins.
Oh, Mike,
But you're
that's-
not because the name is disrespectful to Native Americans, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, this is a fun fact.
Mike
I
Cook
just-
is part Native American.
Yeah, I just found out that I'm not Cherokee. I'm Shawnee.
Mike, you're lying to me. Right
Isn't
now.
No.
that the group that went on the Trail of Tears?
I think so, actually. But yeah, I have a great ancestor, and it was the chief of medicine of all the Shawnee. And Ponta Chinta and his wife Silverbird.
Is that why you like to play doctor?
Yeah, it is. And I like to feed.
Is that why you're always trying to grab onto my balls?
That's why I'm always trying to give you roots, bro. You never take any of my roots. I don't know why. Like I'm like, take these roots.
'Cause you're so
eat
aggressive
these
with it.
roots.
So
and he's
aggressive.
like, I don't want to eat the roots.
You don't do the whole, Indian
Like
thing beforehand.
I think it's a little racist, but so is the soda Cherokee Red. But is it delicious?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So you know
Who
what?
are you picking?
I'm going Chiefs.
You mean Redskins?
Oh, shit.
That was probably the most racist thing of the whole sentence.
That was probably pretty racist. Hey, I'm Native American,
You're right.
alright?
You're
I'm
right.
allowed.
You can say it.
I'm allowed.
Okay, so Mike is going Washington. Next game,
Who are you
Seattle
picking?
at what?
You picking Washington?
He picked
Yeah,
Washington.
yeah. I mean, I said
Okay.
Chance. Me and you are clearly
Okay.
picking Washington, the better of the two teams.
I mean, we'll see.
all right. Next was Seahawks at Lions. I'm picking Seahawks. Let's go,
I'm so
Russell
safe
Wilson.
with this.
I'll go with the Lions. They look good. They're on a roll. They have a run game. Matt Stafford throws the football. Matt Patricia coaches the team.
Was that a Mike Cook review on
Yeah,
that
I
one?
was just thinking that. I was like,
Yeah, I'm
damn,
gonna
that's
go-
some information.
I'm going to go Lions as well. They're cooking. They're not great, but Seahawks aren't doing very good either.
Mike, who are you picking? Seahawks or Lions?
Mike,
Oh,
let me-
definitely Seahawks.
Mike,
Thank
let
you,
me tell you
Michael.
something. The Seahawks have a player on their team with one fucking hand. That's crazy.
That's awesome as shit.
Badass.
Actually,
He
dude.
has one fucking
He
hand.
probably
He's actually pretty good
lost
too,
it
isn't he?
like a-
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I bet he fucking lost it in like
It was
a
a
football.
birth.
No, it was birth. It was he didn't
Yeah,
have it at
fucking like the most badass birth ever.
Okay.
He's coming out.
I'm
of
just
his-
I'm just gonna go on to the next game. I'm just
Good
gonna.
idea. Good idea.
All right. Buccaneers at Bengals.
I think the Bengals snap their 3-game losing streak and get a win on Crab Legs, Winston, and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Buccaneers they're just hot garbage. Bengals are falling down, but there's no way they're going to lose to the Buccaneers. I
Yeah.
think they're going to snap their losing streak like Chance said.
I'm also gonna pick Cincinnati. I just don't have very high hopes for the Buccaneers. Michael.
Dude, I don't know what you put in this scotch, but I am fucked up. No, what were you? What?
Bengals or the Buccaneers?
2 Bs.
Bengals or the Buccaneers?
Or
I like the
tie.
alliteration.
Or a tie?
Ooh.
Honestly-
Damn,
Honestly, like I honestly hate the Buccaneers. To be quite honest with you, I don't know why. It's
Who
very
doesn't?
irrational.
No, everyone
right,
hates
you're
them.
right,
so
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
logic.
I hate the Buccaneers. I'm going
Bengals.
Bengals, man.
What do you think about those Buccaneers down in Somalia?
You want to know what I think about those Buccaneers down in Somalia? You want to know?
Next game is the New York Jets at the Chicago Bears.
This is going to be a shit show.
I'm
game.
picking the Bears, okay? Khalil
Yeah.
Mack, baby.
Yeah, the Bears are a playoff team. The Jets, I don't even know what the fuck the Jets are. They
What's-
The Bears looked good against Patriots
What were the
last week.
what were the options?
The New York Jets or the Chicago Bears.
See, I want to go Jets.
Or do you want to write down
I'm
Jets?
going Jets just because they're green though.
Can you give me the Jets chant?
Mike, I'm really impressed that you knew that the Jets were green.
Yeah.
Me too, honestly.
Yeah, they're like a darkish forest green.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll tell you what,
I'm really
What's the other
impressed.
color?
white.
Holy shit!
Damn
I'm really
right.
impressed.
I'll tell you what. You
He's
want to hear?
hustling
You
us.
want
He
to hear the
knows
Jets
sports.
chant?
Yeah, let's hear the Jets chants.
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Oh wait.
That was Jetsons?
No, that wasn't even Jetsons. I was trying to do
The
that, but
fuck?
that's the
What was that?
that was the yellow people.
Whoa,
Simpsons.
whoa.
You're
No,
right.
no,
Whoa!
No,
Whoa!
The Simpsons are yellow.
You're right.
Yeah.
Mikey goes.
But
He
Why
goes.
you guys gotta put me in a racist line all the time. No,
He goes Jets. Jets.
Jets. Oh no, it's go Jets.
You're right. What was I thinking?
What are you thinking, Tyler? Do you even know sports?
I know. Lucas, who are you picking?
Bears.
Chicago. Okay, thank you. All right, next game is Baltimore at Carolina. Chance?
This will be an ass clenching game for both teams. It'll be whoever clenches their ass the tightest though, and I think that Joe Flacco really clenches his ass pretty tight. So I'm gonna take Joe Flacco.
I don't know. I feel like Joe Flacco's got a pretty loose butthole.
Yeah, you're right. He takes it in the ass all the time.
Like, what do you think comparatively, like Big Joe Green?
I'm gonna
Ass tightest?
pick. I'm gonna pick the Panthers. I think they're actually good. I think
Like-
they're like a wild card team, maybe even
What,
a
he's
sniff
still
the
alive,
playoffs.
right?
Yeah, he's still alive, but you know what they call him? Fucking Mean Joe.
Oh, I thought it was Big Joe.
No, you're thinking of his
That's your
brother. That's his
uncle.
brother.
You're thinking of Ford City legend, the Big Joe.
Oh yeah.
That's a different,
All right, Lucas,
completely different.
were you done with your analysis, Lucas?
Yeah. I don't,
Okay,
I don't even
I'm
know what's
also
going
picking
on anymore.
Carolina. If it was at Baltimore, I probably would have picked Baltimore, but I think that Carolina is just both of them. I think are good teams. I just think that Carolina is just playing a little bit better right now.
I don't know. I think the Ravens will take this.
My cook's
Yeah,
going
good.
Baltimore. All right, next game:
The whole time I was thinking, what the fuck is Baltimore?
Colts at Raiders.
I'll go with the Colts. Colts are hot. They just beat the Buffalo
Scored
Bills.
37 points
Wow.
last week.
That's difficult.
Andrew Luck's back.
Lucas, who are you picking?
Fucking Andrew Luck had 150 yards passing
And
with
4
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
That's insane. Yeah, I'm picking Colts. The Raiders aren't going to win any more games. There's no way.
I'm also picking the Colts on this one. Mike, who are you picking?
I honestly don't give a shit about either of these teams, so I'm just gonna pick Colts.
Good
There you
idea.
go.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
All
what
right,
I would
next
do.
game is the another bad game. 49ers at Cardinals.
Oh,
San
yikes.
Francisco at Arizona.
Hmm.
I think Arizona is actually going to win this game.
You're picking Arizona?
Yeah, I'm picking Arizona.
Arizona scored 10 points last week. The
That's 10 more than they
49ers
scored.
scored 10 points last week. So I'm going to go with a tie.
You're picking a
It's
tie.
going to be a fucking tie.
Lucas is picking a tie. Mike,
I don't know. They're shitting on the streets in San Francisco. So really, how? I mean, how good can they be?
They're pretty bad right now, Mike. Their starting quarterback tore his ACL.
really?
on purpose. He
Yeah.
did it to himself.
Yeah, he did. No one even touched him. He just did it on the field.
Yeah, I'm going with
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Arizona on this one because both teams are horrible, and so you might as well go with the home team.
Fuck your home team.
Dude,
I hate that logic.
I'm sorry. Can you ask me who's winning right now in our...
Probably me. You're just writing it down because I'm not even looking.
It's me.
I'm winning. I'm probably
I'm
undefeated. I think I'm undefeated actually.
All right. Next one is Green Bay at Rams.
Ooh.
This is gonna be a great game.
Yeah.
See, I don't think it is. I think I think the Rams are going to win this pretty steadily
Yeah,
because
Oh.
it's just pretty much Aaron Rodgers by himself versus a good team.
I think it's going to be a blowout, too. I'm going with the Rams.
I'm also picking Rams, but I think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
It's
I just
gonna
think
be-
shootout.
So me and Chance are picking blowout Rams.
I'm
win.
gonna go with the
You're-
over on this.
Aaron
game,
Rodgers
whatever
is
it
even
is.
playing good. Like, he's average.
Well, because
right
he's
now.
injured. You know,
Yeah, but
blown out.
he
knee.
should be fucking playing right now. His team is ass. He should just rest up and
That's-
wait.
Yeah, he should. He should
Like I
get,
said, the
Yeah.
Rams
he should
aren't gonna
request to
lose.
be traded.
They're not
He
gonna
should.
lose.
All right, Mike, who are you picking? Green Bay, Packers, or Rams?
You know what? I think that Green Bay has
Green
the
Bay.
gumption.
Green.
I
Bay.
think that what's his name?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Kind of sounds like Captain America. I think that he.
It's not actually incorrect about that.
Yeah, I think that he. I think, even despite his injury, he will find the courage to win.
See, Mike, I knew you were going to go with the Packers here because you have this correlation with Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay going on. You show up with this green turtleneck sweater.
Yeah,
Okay, green. That's the color of the Green Bay Packers. You know,
I voted for every green team so far.
Rodgers. You know, Mr. Rodgers. He wears sweaters. You're wearing a sweater. You're going
Mhm.
with Aaron Rodgers. You know, Mr.
it.
Rodgers neighborhood.
That's true.
You just blew my mind.
I saw this pick coming a mile away. To be honest, are you a part of the Illuminati?
I'm only on the trolley. So if you can extrapolate what that means.
I
Holy shit,
cannot,
Mike.
Mike.
No,
Mike's-
Mike Cook legitimately
But I'm
picked
sure-
every team that has green in it.
Yeah. I know.
Every team that has green in it. He picked.
Next
one.
game.
All right.
Those are the only ones I know.
New Orleans Saints at Minnesota Vikings.
Saints.
Yeah, this is gonna be a really good game. Rematch of last year's divisional playoff game. Should be better now that Case Keenum is gone and Kirk Cousins is in. But Minnesota's defense has been playing pretty shitty. So
Kirk Cousins is looking good though.
yeah, Kirk Cousins is looking good. Only his defense was playing up to its standards. I'm going New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm also going to go New Orleans on this, which I'm going against the home team, Lucas, for your
Ooh,
fact.
Finally.
No, I just think the Saints are just, they're just superior offense. It's just the Vikings defense isn't what it was last year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. Cousins is playing pretty good, but it's just not there yet. So, Michael, who are you picking between the
I mean, they have the power of Jesus Christ on their side. So I'd probably
Obviously,
pick
yeah.
them.
So, okay, we're going with Saints.
Yeah, they could like roll out with the Ark of the Covenant.
Mhm.
Just like
There's nothing.
all armies will
there's
fall before
nothing
them.
you can't do with
The
the power
Ark.
of Jesus
With
Christ.
the,
Yeah,
with the
that's what I'm
power of
saying.
Drew Breeses. You know,
I mean, you can do anything.
with Breeses
I mean,
Christ.
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Anybody.
You can
Anything.
turn mud into oatmeal, for example.
You just eat mud.
I eat roots.
Stop trying to call it oatmeal. It's just not.
Why don't you guys eat my roots?
All right, last game. The real game of the week right now. Monday Night Football. The New England Patriots at the Buffalo Bills.
I'm calling a shutout.
Yeah.
Of
No,
New England?
no,
Like New England's
no,
getting shut out?
No. I was kidding. New England's defense is not good. It's gonna be the Patriots. They're gonna win. There's not gonna be a shutout. But
Hear me out.
don't even
No,
pick it
no,
up.
Listen. Hear me out. The Patriots can win this game, but also lose this game at the same time. And let me tell you why.
It's not every game they win.
This game means absolutely nothing to either fucking team. The Bills are completely done, and the Patriots know that they're going to walk away with a win. But what happens if the Patriots get banged up in this game? They lose some key players.
They did start underplaying to the Bears last week.
Maybe Edelman gets
No, I think
hurt.
the Bears are a good
Maybe
team.
Tom Brady gets hurt. You know, that would be a significant loss if you lose key guys in the Buffalo Bills
So you're
game.
picking the Bills.
Are you picking
Just
Buffalo?
No,
right
I'm
now?
picking the
Banking
Patriots.
off
I'm
of-
just
Shut the fuck
saying-
up.
I'm
banking
just
off of
saying
a random
that
ass injury.
This game has the potential to change the season.
I don't know.
I
Okay.
think
It's gonna be like 17-6. It's gonna be low.
No, it's going to be like 45
I
to
don't
like,
think the Patriots.
Is
will
it
score
in
that much.
Buffalo?
Yeah, it's in Buffalo.
Oh man,
What does it matter, though?
Bills
What does-
Mafia, bro. It's gonna be. They're gonna be throwing dildos at Tom Brady again.
Jealous.
Can we do a
What
live
happened?
stream
yeah,
at the Bills
yeah.
Mafia?
A couple years ago, a bunch of fans threw dildos at Tom Brady as he walked off the field.
Were they used?
I don't know.
Probably.
They're
They
from
probably
Bills
came right-
Mafia. They
Mike,
were
how do you think
probably
they snuck
used
'em
in?
in?
The parking lot.
Huh? Wait, what?
How do you think they snuck him in?
Oh, that's true.
I never thought
You
about
can't-
that.
you can't just
I'm
come
like,
walking
how
in
did this
with
get
the-
past the fucking security
You
guard?
can't just walk in
I've
with
never honestly thought about that.
Me.
That's hilarious.
You can't walk in with a dildo in your hand. They're going to be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Sir, there's this large object showing up on our scanners. It's in your rectum. What is that? Oh, you know.
Say it's how I live my
I've been
life.
constipated for a couple days, bruh. Eating these buffalo wings up here at Bill's Mafia, bruh.
My
Buffalo
homemade
Wild Wings.
All right, Michael, are you picking New England or Buffalo?
You know, here's the thing. New England's gonna win. That's just how it is. I think it's bullshit for sure, because I think the Bills should win. But
America thinks that.
yeah. But New England's gonna win because they're pieces of shit and they cheat. So
Mike, how do you feel about Tom Brady?
I think Tom Brady's a fucking cuck.
Would you cuck him?
I don't know what his wife looks like, so
She's a supermodel.
I think
no, I'd
Get
cuck her
outta
maybe.
here.
I think we need Mike in here for every episode because Mike is like that unbiased, like average person opinion that knows
True.
nothing. but he knows who Tom Brady is. Like, you could ask anybody in the world, they're gonna say exactly what Mike just told you, unless
Yeah.
they're from fucking Boston.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
if they know anything about sports.
Oh well.
Tom Brady is a cunt.
Tom Brady is a
Call
cuck.
him a cuck.
He's a cunt too.
He's all the above, man. I don't have enough swear words saved up for him.
Fair enough.
I
All
do,
right.
Mike.
Well, that's it. That's our predictions for week 8 at this point. Lucas, is there any NHL news you want to touch upon?
Not too much. It's still early in the season.
A lot of ice there.
Lucas, how'd you get to talk about this game that happened?
I'm getting there. I'm trying to build it up. You just ruined the whole moment.
Lucas,
I can
Alright.
cut this.
I'm about to blow
Alright.
my load all
I was
over
gonna say
Mike.
there are some surprises so far. I think
about to take it
Montreal,
willingly.
the Montreal Canadiens are in first place in the East. I mean, they're tied with Toronto,
Yeah, and who beat them?
but we lost to the Canadiens twice.
So I mean, who beat them?
I don't know. But I'm just saying they're in first place. I was gonna predict they might have won 20 games all year. They
Aren't
look
the Canadians pretty much all of the hockey league?
Most of them. There's some Americans.
You're
some
going to trigger him,
Russians.
Michael.
I'm sorry.
all right.
Some
Anyway,
Swedes.
surprise! Montreal is in the lead in the Atlantic. Not surprised. Nashville and Colorado and Winnipeg are running the West. Anyway, what Chan's talking about, I'm still full torqued erect about last night's Penguin game.
Which was what night?
It
Tuesday
was
night?
Tuesday night against the Edmonton Oilers at Edmonton. 6-5 Penguins victory in the OT. And let me tell you what, Sidney Crosby is the fucking GOAT. All right.
You heard
If you
it here.
haven't seen this highlight goal, I don't know what's wrong with you. I keep sharing. I think I shared it like 20 times on Facebook, honestly.
Was it like almost to the end and they 5-5?
They went into overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were tied and they went into overtime. 3-on-3 hockey is the best thing to happen to the sport, I think. It just opens up the ice for the superstars. McDavid looked incredible last night. You can't knock that, but I think Sidney Crosby still is just the best. Maybe not athletic-wise, but just hockey sense. It was just, and just to play, it just jaw-dropped. And the score on it is just, it's just amazing. Great for the team, great for Sidney Crosby. He scored 2 goals last night. I think it's just great. We're going to ride that shutout win against Toronto and then beating Edmonton. Crosby's 5-0 in the McDavid era. So I think the Penguins are rolling. I'm excited for the season to keep going. Matt Murray looked good. He let in 5 goals, but he also stopped 41 shots,
Wild.
which is ridiculous.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Chance, do you
Watch
have anything to add?
Yeah, it was, like Lucas said, it was a crazy fucking goal. Like literally, probably like top 10 in his career.
Damn.
He's
Honestly.
top 5. Yeah, like it was on at like 11:30 last night because it went so late. As soon as he scored, I fucking screamed so loud. I don't care who was waking up. I was
You were
fucking
screaming.
I was hyped.
All right.
That's about it in the NHL.
I think Crosby has a really patchy beard. Freaks me out.
It's getting better actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
And his
Cool.
elderly age.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Well, in the NBA, it was a fight night in the NBA. And I'm sure you guys heard about this.
I didn't. Please inform me.
I mean, if
Well-
you call that a fight, but
Lucas, in hockey, don't they have to now take off all their equipment before they fight?
what?
Don't they have to throw down gloves? They can't just start swinging with gloves?
Yeah. Why would you want to punch someone?
Pussies.
They take off their gloves to punch someone, and you think that's pussy?
Pussies.
That's
Okay.
gonna hurt more.
And they take off their helmets too, don't they?
Yeah.
Pussies.
Football players don't take off anything. They just swing.
They just like slap fight each other. All right, just go. I'm sorry.
So anyway, in the
Continue.
NBA, in the
It's a
in,
joke.
what was that, Lucas?
Nothing. Keep going.
I'm sorry, if you're gonna talk shit, at least say it louder, because I'll hear this later whenever I edit. So in LeBron's first game as a Laker, it was a close game with the Houston Rockets,
You sure about that?
and the MVP last year, James Harden, was driving down the lane, caught Brandon Ingram with a couple elbows, and then Brandon Ingram got called for a foul on the shot. As James Harden was complaining to the ref about the foul, Brandon Ingram shoved him. Well, you can't do that. That's a no-no in the NBA.
Yeah.
So he instantly got teed up there, and then he got in the ref's face, looking like he was trying to start shit with the ref. So then Lance Stevenson comes out, grabs Ingram, gets him out of there. And then next thing you know, you see Rajon Rondo and Chris Paul jawing at each other. And then next thing you do is you just see fists flying. Rondo
Isn't it-
caught him with a nice little left jab, and Chris Paul caught him with a mean left hook.
Isn't Rondo like 97 years old?
You know, you would think that, but he's actually like 30, I'm pretty sure.
What's his name?
Looks like a goddamn
Ingot?
dinosaur.
It's Rajon.
Ingram.
Ingram.
Brandon Ingram.
Ingot.
So apparently what happened was Rondo spit on Chris
Dumbass
Paul.
name.
Rondo spit on Chris Paul, which then caused Chris Paul to then put his finger in his face, and then swings started happening.
Mike, what do you feel, or how do you feel if a man spits on another man? How does that?
No. Well, you know what?
You don't have to answer that, but please answer that.
I'm gonna answer it. I remember one time I spit on Lucas right over here.
Wow.
Oh my
wasn't-
god, I forgot about
What was that?
Yeah,
story.
Okay, well,
Tell the whole thing.
okay.
'Cause I'm pretty sure this has something else was going on in the room at the same time. Am I thinking of the same
Yeah,
day?
I think so.
Was it on the TV? Something was on the TV?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell them what was on the TV. Just
I don't remember, to be quite honest. Something.
What was on TV, Lucas?
I forget what the exact website was, but it was like
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what it was?
It was porn, right?
Yeah. Porn. Mike Cook. There's like 6 of us chilling at Mike Cook's house.
Six what? Six what?
Dudes.
Yeah, 6
Dudes.
Yeah.
All right. It's like a Saturday afternoon, like 1 p.m. or something.
The best time to
Lucas,
watch.
you are not making this any better for yourself.
No, I know it's not a good situation. I was fucking there.
The best time to watch porn with your buds is just at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No,
On
it's
a
all
Saturday.
the time, but
On a-
you know.
On a Saturday.
So Mike Cook just plugs in his computer to the TV and just puts it on.
Yeah, I mean, well,
we weren't watching it.
Where
No,
does the spit come into play? Where does
I
the
just
spit
It's
thought
come
just
it was
into play?
background
Hold on.
noise. It's just background.
Yeah, Mike Cook just puts
for the
it on for
ambience.
background noise. I don't know how exactly it happened, but fucking Mike Cook just looked at me and like spat on me from like a fucking 5 feet away. I was just in shock.
Dude, Lucas, I felt bad after because, like, me and Bill spit on each other all the time. because we fucking hate
That was
each
his
other.
defense. I spit on Bill all the time. I thought it was okay.
No, I didn't think it was okay. I just got caught up in the porn moment, and
You're right,
I
you're
was
right.
there, and Lucas, I forget, but everybody was making fun of me for something, and I didn't have any good argument to rebut with at all. I was like, oh yeah, I was like, and I spit on Lucas, and immediately when I did it, Lucas's face was like, oh well, I guess you can't see it. This is a podcast.
Great radio.
But his face was literally.
I was shocked. Just imagine a shocked face. And
He
that's what
was. No, imagine the most innocent shocked
And
face in the world,
disappointed.
and he was like, "I gotta go home."
Did you leave?
And he just left my house, and
I think I was getting ready to leave anyway. I wasn't too mad. I was just kind of shocked and kind of mad, but not like. I was like, oh, it's my
I
cook.
thought he was really pissed.
We're watching
off.
porn. I mean, how much weirder can this get? And he
Yeah,
fucking
that's
spits
fair.
on me.
I did not expect this story to go anywhere
You're
near
welcome.
the levels
So-
of fuck. that story
It was
just went.
so funny. When it happened, I was like, oh no, did I actually spit on Lucas? Because like Lucas was one of the people that I was like, trying to be civil with at the time. at least a common amount of human decency, opposed to like Bill and Alec, where like, well, I won't go into that.
So we're all good now. We're all good.
Yeah, we're good now. It was just fucking.
That was a wild
felt,
day.
After he left, I felt so bad.
Can we
And
please
then I apologized to him.
Yeah.
please circle back to the fact that there was 6 dudes
Yeah.
watching porn
Maybe
in Mike
6.
Cook's basement.
I don't
think
even
It was in the
think-
living room.
It was in the living room.
Living room.
I don't even think that you spitting on Lucas is like the most fucked up thing of that story.
It was
Like,
pretty fucked up.
that's like the least fucked up thing.
Who-
Like
How many
it
people-
wasn't on for a while. All right, let me be clear. It does
Yeah, it
sound kind of weird that I say it out loud that we were watching porn together, but
I just put
you were
it
just doing it
on.
as a joke.
Yeah,
it was
I-
on for like 5 minutes,
How
but
many-
it was still on. At the
How
same
many,
time.
how many people with their dick out?
I don't think anybody.
Yeah, I think Mike Cook might have. But
I
it might
might
have been
have.
completely unrelated. But
Yeah, it was before that.
Maybe that's why he spit on you. It's like a
Probably.
mating
It was a
thing.
dominance thing. No, I'm just kidding.
What's the next topic?
I
What are we,
think
what are
No,
we
the-
wait,
talking
what was
about?
it?
The
Somebody
best-
asked me a question. What was it?
I asked you what you thought of a man spitting on another man.
Oh,
Oh.
well,
In the
that's.
case of Rajon Rondo and
And
Chris Paul.
Oh, well, here's the thing I think about Chris Paul. Or who's it? Ingot?
Ingram. Brandon Ingram.
Oh, that Ingram guy. Okay, here's what I think of him. I think we should get him in the octagon. We should get him fighting Conor McGregor and who's that Russian dude that just beat the fuck out of him the other day?
Khabib.
Khabib. Yeah, we should get Kebab and old the Fighting Irish to just go at it with Ingot and just a 3-way kind of like
3-way
no
octagon
holds
brawl.
barred type of, but the other two have to wear the fucking Hulk hands. And Ingrid gets like steel toe boots and I don't know, maybe like a loincloth made out of feathers or something.
Mike, I'm gonna show you a picture of Brandon Ingram because he is a lanky dude.
I know. I think he could do it. I think he could beat ass.
You think he could beat Khabib and McGregor?
I think he could beat Khabib, McGregor, and
Even
Forrest
though
Griffin.
Ingram didn't throw a single punch in this fight.
No, he did.
I thought he was
No, he
it as
came
much
back
as
and made-
Rondo.
No, dude, he
No,
fucking,
no, he came back-
rocked.
Chris Paul.
He rocked Chris Paul's world, dude. Chris Paul was like sent back into time, and now he's related to Jake Paul. That's how fucking hard he hit him.
That's Brandon Ingram.
Oh, dude, he could kick somebody's ass.
He's a lanky
bro.
motherfucker.
Look at that! Look at that reach, though. You gotta think about
That
it.
would be interesting to see. to
So
be
what
honest.
happened was once Rondo and Chris Paul were kind of constrained, Ingram ran back in for a quick cheap shot. That's why he got suspended 4 games. Chris Paul got 2 games and Rondo got 3 games. Yeah, Mike pretty much just said it all about watching porn
Yep.
with 6 dudes in a fight. I mean, pretty much there was a fight that happened in the NBA. I
Pretty sure it was
suggest
4
watching
dudes, but
It was funny.
I don't remember. It was
you
a
mean Bill
cloudy
and Alec
day.
or something like
I
that.
think Evan was there.
All
Oh,
right,
yeah,
all right,
no.
all right.
I think
Next,
he was.
next,
Might
next
have been.
topic here. Lucas, you brought up a question to us in the group me. Would you please restate this question that you wanted to have a discussion on?
All right, so I was thinking about this on the drive to work one day. on the other half of contemplating killing myself. Why the NFL sucks so bad to watch on TV. And this was based off of the Giants-Falcon game. Awful game. Terrible to watch, like you said. It was just a joke. Why does it suck so bad to watch? I'll give you my opinion. Give me yours after this. All right. So the good teams are good teams, and the bad teams are bad. Like, so bad they're not even competitive anymore. So, like, you have a good team, you know they're going to win. There's very little upsets anymore. Like, same with the NBA. You know who's going to win at least get into playoffs every year without even watching the game. Baseball is the same way. It's all about these big names, good team powerhouses. There's very little variability in both leagues, and it takes several years for a team to come out of nowhere. Whereas the NHL, any team can win at any time. I can think of maybe 2 or 3 teams in the entire NHL that doesn't have a chance. You couldn't name me 10 teams in the NFL that have a chance. You know what I mean? Am I making sense so far?
I think that's a really, really good.
I just think
I see what you're saying, but
I think
you're incorrect.
I think you're entirely correct.
I think the
I think
talent
that's
is
why I
spread
don't
out.
watch football.
The talent is spread out through the NHL more than it is throughout the other big 3.
But I feel like
Okay,
you gotta
wait.
look at it as these are completely different sports.
It
and-
is, but I'm talking like purely like just like this, like entertaining to watch is what brought this up. Why don't you want to watch these shitty teams play on Monday Night Football? Because they're shitty teams.
But I mean,
Well-
I speak for someone who loves the game of football and literally watches every
I am
game.
a little biased, but
I watch every game regardless of who's playing, just because I love the game of football. You know, like I agree that there's like gonna be some shitty teams on TV, but like the people who schedule these games can't predict who's gonna suck ass.
yeah, I
like-
know that. But I'm saying they're not fun to watch because they're
'Cause
not.
you know.
Yeah, because they're not good teams. And I'm not saying they scheduled these wrong. I'm just saying that's just how it is.
It's like watching a murder mystery who
Would
you
you-
automatically know who the killer is.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, so now, okay. So we've been doing this prediction thing for the whole NFL schedule. There's been
I haven't
approximately...
got them all right. How can you predict every game? Because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about half the time.
Well, no, but the way you're saying is that you know who's going to win.
It-
Which I get what you're saying. Yes, there's clearly good teams. There's clearly bad teams.
And if good teams face good teams, it's a toss-up. I'm not saying this
Or
this
bad
team and
teams
this team's going to win every game. I'm saying good teams are going to win against the bad teams because there's such a difference between the skill level between some of these teams. If you watch any NHL game, any team can win any game because they're equally skilled. Obviously, some teams have better players, but I think it's more evenly balanced throughout the NHL.
Yeah, but the same thing could happen in any other sport.
I don't
I mean,
think so.
in the Western Conference for NBA, like, yeah, you have Golden State, which is, like, clearly the best team, but it's an anomaly. Like, it's not normal. So if there's 8 teams that make the playoffs in the West, between 2 through 10, there's probably, like, last year there was a 3-game difference, and there's 82 games played. So they're really competitive. Like, yeah, you might know, like, yeah, we know that the Patriots are probably going to win this year. They're probably going to be in the Super Bowl this year.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not
And
saying they're going
know-
to win the whole thing, but you know who the good teams are all the time.
Yeah, but you could say that for the NHL too.
Like, you know, the Pens are good.
Like, you know, in the last 10 years, like, what teams won the Stanley Cup? I could name the Penguins. They won 3. The Blackhawks, they won, 3, 4?
I love
The
Blackout.
Bruins
that's what
won a
I'm not-
couple.
I'm
But
not
other
going,
than
like-
that, like, the only other team was, like, the Capitals. They were, like, the anomaly. Like, the oddball.
I'm not talking about, yeah, I understand that point. That completely, like, that's a flaw in my argument, but I'm talking just, like,
You're saying from the
more
entertainment.
regular season and entertainment. Like,
Okay, so
Honestly, from someone who doesn't really watch sports, my favorite sport to watch is hockey because it's
Yeah.
so fun.
it is. And
Like, it's so engaging.
yeah, and any team can win. I just think they're more evenly balanced than, yeah, like the same teams go to the playoffs every year and win the Stanley Cup, but it's always competitive.
You have to look at it this way. Every other sport besides football has, like, an extremely large amount of games. Like, the NHL plays, 82 games?
82 games.
Like,
NBA is
that's
the
a
same.
lot of fucking games. And,
baseball's
like,
182.
and like teams are gonna get like tired and beat up or like you know, slack off for a couple of those
So
games.
there's a lot more factors.
In the
that come
NFL,
into it.
there's 16 games,
Mhm.
so every game matters. Like and the top teams know this, so they're gonna win every game they can because it all matters. There's only 16 opportunities to make the playoffs, Whereas the NHL, like you could lose 20 fucking games but still make it because, you have those overtime points, you have like the regular season points. The same with like baseball and basketball. Like there's so many games that you have that opportunity that if you start the season shitty, you can like kind of make up for it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
But like in the NFL, it's so hard to do that because there's so many teams and there's only 16 regular season games.
But now going off of the entertainment factor, I think this was the main argument. I don't know how I got so far off, but like, wouldn't you rather watch good teams face each other than watch bad teams face each other?
Well, it depends actually.
Yeah, of course.
I would.
That's what I mean. Like,
I would rather watch two equal teams face each other. It doesn't matter if they're good or bad.
Well, I'd
So
rather
you're saying
watch
like a close game. You'd rather have a close game.
I'd rather have a close game with good teams, and I'd rather watch the Patriots versus Steelers versus the
Patriots
Falcons
versus
versus Giants, like on Monday night.
But you love Eli.
That's an expression. God damn it! I'm just saying, watching hockey is more like equally balanced every single game. You're not gonna have those shit show. How many times we go through these weeks? We're like, oh, this game's gonna be a joke, like Bills versus Dolphins or something.
No, but
Yeah, but we say it's a joke because of like they're both bad teams.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many like bad teams. Not even that. Like watching. I don't know where I'm going.
I just
I'm
feel
so,
like you can't compare like from an entertainment standpoint, like watching two different sports. Like I like baseball, but it's like the least entertaining of all the sports I watch.
But wouldn't
Yeah.
you rather watch Red Sox versus Dodgers than the Pirates versus the Reds? Because they're better teams.
No, I would rather watch the Pirates.
Well,
to
because
be honest with you,
we're Pirates.
Would you
fans.
rather watch the Reds versus the Brewers?
Or the Marlins? Or
I
someone.
rooted for the Brewers.
Okay,
The Brewers
fuck
are
off,
Brewers
okay?
are good though. That's what I'm saying. Like, you would rather watch good teams face
So,
each other.
I listen. I love playoffs in all the sports. Like I'll sit down like playoffs. I'll watch every game that's on TV. Like
Yeah,
I
because
won't
they're the
care.
best teams.
I won't care like what team it is. Like I'll watch it. And I just feel like it's just different based on like the different sports. Like you can't compare hockey to football. Like hockey is like it's like all about play. It's not really as much of a mental game. Maybe like in some aspects, like the goalie is a mental game, but like football, like there's strategy, like there's plays, and I know there's plays in hockey, but there's not like a play every fucking second. There's like long periods of time in hockey where like it's just back and forth passing, like both teams not stoppage and play, like back and forth action, and that's kind of like randomly generated. Whereas football is like. Like you kind of have an idea of what's going to happen. I mean, there's some random to it, but from like a gameplay aspect, there's more strategy to football, I think.
But like Lucas, I do think at the core of your argument, which is that I'm thinking that you're saying, if I'm thinking right, you would rather watch a good team versus a good team
than two bad teams.
But I think
two bad
that
teams.
everyone would.
But yeah, that's just.
But I
that's
think
just
there
life.
are more like evenly matched games in NHL because there's not as many bad teams. I think there are more bad teams
Or
in the
could you
NFL
just say that
compared to their good teams. You know what I mean?
See, I would make the argument that just that the talent is more. How can I put it? Like,
it's equally balanced. It's not. There's no super teams.
well, yeah, and that the fact that, like, maybe the difference between Tom Brady and Blake Bortles, and they both play crazy critical positions.
It's insane.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, there's a big skill gap between Sidney Crosby and something like that.
But there's not that much of a skill gap. Like,
Exactly, and so that's just a hockey player thing. Whereas
that's what I'm saying. Hockey is more fun to watch because it's more equally balanced on a game-to-game basis because there are less bad teams.
I think that you just think there's less bad teams because like all the games total like inflate the standings chart. Like if you would, but let's put it this way: if the NHL played 16 games, okay, say the Penguins play 16 games, there's no repeats. Like they play 16 different teams and that's it. That's the whole season. Like say they beat the fuck out of the Carolina Hurricanes, who knows? And like Carolina goes 0-16. Like would you say that like Carolina's a bad team then?
But I'm saying like there's a less chance of that happening because they're both equally balanced. Like it makes so much sense in my head, but it sounds dumb now that I'm saying it out loud.
No, I get what you're saying.
you're just trying to say that hockey is a more balanced sport.
You can't say they could. this team would be bad if they only play 16 games because they don't play 16 games. It's
Yeah,
just how it is.
but that's
Well,
like
yeah.
saying that you can't say that.
But there's
one is-
there's so many other variables that go into that, like how you said that, like, you know, like in football, there is like the main crucial position, a quarterback, can make or break whether you're a good team or a bad team. Like if you look at Green Bay Packers, like if they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, they would be the Cleveland Browns of past. And then you can look at NBA and say, well, there's kinda a cap, but there really isn't a cap. Like you can work around the cap. Whereas in hockey, there's a cap. Like you have to stay under that cap. And in baseball, you can spend however much money you want to. That's why, you know, you have teams like the Yankees versus teams like the Pirates, where the Pirates don't want to spend money and the Yankees want to spend all their money. So I just think it's just like, yes, you could say that hockey games are more equally, but that's, I mean,
I think that hockey, like, teams are more balanced, like you're saying, but it's because that, like, they have, like, the ability to get players all over the world, whereas football is strictly, like, stuck in America. Like, there's some, like,
well,
oddballs,
you
like
can, but
like
no
a few Canadians play in the league, you know, like a dude from Africa is on the Steelers, like, but other than that, like, it's strictly like Americans. Whereas, like, in hockey, you got Canadians, Russians, like, Swedes, you know, it's nuts.
That's true.
So that you have, like, better talent. You know, you can go to Russia and get, like, a fucking great ass hockey player, but, like,
Yeah.
football, you can't do that.
Then that helps my argument though, because
I mean, yeah,
they're more equally balanced.
In a way, but
Like I understand where you're saying you can't compare the sports because they're completely different styles, completely different strategies, completely different seasons.
no,
like,
I understand.
games.
You also
but,
have to throw into a fact, like, opinion. Like, you like hockey more than
yeah, that's why I said I'm biased.
Yeah.
So that's why I think this came to my mind just driving to work. But I think it's a solid argument.
No, I understand. I'd rather watch better teams play too, but unfortunately,
I feel like that's just like a unit.
it's
Like,
literally like impossible.
that's a universal thing. It's just like yes, you want to see better teams play better teams because it's more likely to be entertaining.
And you can watch more of those games
obviously-
watching hockey because there's more better teams.
That's why you
my
buy
argument.
like NFL Red Zone and you watch every game.
Yeah, and you're gonna watch the better teams play.
Yeah, you watch all the teams.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Let us know what you think in the comments.
Interesting topic, Lucas.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's good
It
debate.
was. I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Thank you.
I didn't know where you were going for part of it, but I think
I lost myself a few times.
But I think
I had to reel it back in.
Well, once we cut out the I think you were just trying to focus more on entertainment. That
Yeah, I got super off track, but
I understand your main point, Lucas.
Yeah.
That's
all right. That's all I wanted out.
okay, fair enough.
Whenever this podcast takes off, I want that out there.
Okay, fair enough. We'll come back though. Lucas started that conversation.
What are we talking about next?
All right. Well, next I think we're all done with sports. I think we're on.
Mike
to...
Cook, any final sports mentions?
Final sports
words?
mentions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comments? Problems?
I think that cricket gets a bad rap.
Why is that?
I don't know. Nobody ever fucking talks about cricket.
Because do you know how cricket is
All
played?
right. Next
Yeah.
topic.
I don't either. So all right.
Fair enough.
So last night, me and Chance were able to play a little game called Fallout 76 because the Break Everything test application, aka
the private beta you got from pre-ordering the game.
Yeah, it came out and we were able to play it, and we had a blast last night.
It was super fun.
So, Chance, well, you guys played longer than I did, so why don't you kind of describe some of the experience?
So basically, it's like your everyday Fallout game, except this time you get to play with like 20 of your friends. Everyone is in the world. You all do the same quests. You all get the same shit. I mean, like, you don't all get the same shit, but I mean, you can get all the same shit. Like, basically, it's a Fallout game with multiplayer co-op, which is sick. The only complaints that I'm seeing from it is that people are like disappointed that there's no like humans in the game, but that's like the whole point of the game. Like, the players are supposed to populate the world. So
the other complaint that I had with it was that whenever me and you were trying to join up together,
yeah,
that was kind of a pain in the ass. Is that I was trying to join Chance, but Chance's world was full, and you would think that like from the main lobby I could invite him to like join like a team or like a party or group up, but we weren't able to do that. So we had to join another friend's game. And then me and him kind of both linked into that world. But yeah, the upsetting thing was that it didn't really upgrade the graphics too much, I thought. I mean, I also wasn't playing on 4K like Chance was to like Fallout 4. But no, I still had a lot of fun being able to walk around. There was still like new enemies, the Scorched and stuff like that, and like weapons have conditions, so if they
they're
break and stuff like
degradable.
that.
You have to repair them and build new ones.
The one cool thing me and Chance did right before the beta ended, was that we did a public event pretty much where we went to, or was it Morgantown?
Yeah, it was Morgantown, West Virginia.
So we were in Morgantown, and there was some meat processing place that we had to do all this random stuff.
J&J Smokehouse.
Yeah, we had to do a bunch of stuff.
Triggered.
In order to, what did we even get? We just got a bunch of loot from
I got ammo and medical supplies.
But pretty much
it
came down to that there was me, Chance, and 3 other people there, all with melee weapons. I had a boxing glove with nails in it, and Chance had a golf club, and we were just punching the shit out of all these ghouls
and robots and shit
and stuff like that. And it was actually a lot of fun just trying to run around.
Oh yeah,
and do
it was a
stuff like that.
blast. It was pretty crazy.
So I definitely can't wait to keep playing that game, and I'm sure me and Chance will be able to talk about it more, because I think the next one is Saturday.
Yeah, I just saw it Saturday and Sunday, both days. You can play for 2 hours.
Yeah, and so we were also able to capture a fort kind of, or
yeah.
How would you describe that? Capturing.
It was
an
like
area?
a settlement from Fallout 4 where you could build shit, and it was like that in Fallout 76. But I was reading up on it, and so you pay money and you can capture it, but other people, after you capture it, other people can come and attack it and take it over from you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to defend it and shit.
But you got stuff for having it though. Correct?
Yeah, so the longer you hold it, it generates resources over time. You can generate wood and food and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, that shit that develops, and you have to protect it and stuff while it develops, and then you can harvest it and stuff.
Yeah, and plus also I also really like the new leveling up system with your special. So every time everyone starts level 1, you have 1s all the way across the board, and then as you level up, you can pick to choose 1 up in strength, endurance, intelligence, all that type of stuff. And then you also get perk cards.
Yeah, the perk systems work like baseball cards.
Oh, I thought you said perp cards.
No, not perk cards.
Oh.
So me and Chance are trying to figure out that if you have, so even the perk cards have different levels to them. So level 1, 2, 3. So I don't know if we were able to figure it out or not, but if you're level 3 in intelligence and you have a level 3 card, you can use that level 3 card. Or if you have 3 level 1 cards, you can use all 3 level 1 cards. But we weren't able to see if you were able to then go past it or how exactly that works.
I think that you can only go up to that number.
And you all the level of your cards add up to equal that.
Yeah, I think that's how it is. I think that's how I figured it out last night.
So which I think is pretty cool, because some of the cards are pretty cool and some of them are just kind of
Oh yeah.
the pretty standard Fallout
Some of them are really good, but they require more a higher level to use, and you can't use as many cards with it. But it's an excellent game. If you like Fallout, this is the game for you.
Yeah, if you really like Fallout or even any Bethesda game, and it's just, if you have a bunch of friends too, I feel like that's also what makes it 10 times better. I'd like to see more. That we didn't really get to go into questing or anything like that, or we really pretty much only played it for 2 hours, or I only played it for 2 hours.
Yeah,
trying to get everything. It's just a lot to kind of hit you at once.
I did a couple of beginning quests. They're basically tutorials, fetch quests, teaching you how to build and cook food and craft armor and shit. But yeah, I didn't do any big quests either. But the events were pretty fun. So I imagine the questing is fun too.
Yeah, so I'm just curious to see as the beta comes out what keeps getting introduced. I didn't get to really build too much either with the camp system, but
I didn't build anything either. But I did delete some shit. It was exactly like Fallout 4.
So there we go. Do you guys want to talk about Call of Duty at all? Any sweet frags you guys got?
I got a dinner this morning. Solo dinner, 6 kills.
I don't want to talk about this game.
Outlaw.
It needs fixed so bad.
Why?
What's
wrong with
there's
it?
so many fucking. It's so broken.
Wait, did the new one come out?
Yeah, call it Black Ops 4.
Yeah, you guys like
I don't
it?
know what these bugs are that you talk
It's
about.
Did you watch Doc the other day? He was testing you could shoot through rocks at some angle. You could shoot through big ass boulders at some angles.
Oh, I did see that clip.
He was testing in the pregame lobby. The hitbox for head is probably this wide. You don't even have to hit their fucking head to kill them. So that's a joke. The perks, awareness, and dead silence are so broken. You telling me if you have a perk on that makes you hear things, you can't fucking hear someone even though they have a perk on that makes them quiet?
Oh, I got a perk on right now.
It needs to be balanced differently. You can't have them. You can't be totally quiet in that game. It's fucking broken. The armor system, trash.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the armors.
Today, I was playing right before I came. Shout out Matt from my work. I don't know if he'll listen to this, but I found level 3 armor, full health, trauma kit 200. I was 200 with level 3 armor.
You're fully kitted.
2 bullets from a rifle, my armor's gone. I'm down to like 60 health.
Were they headshots?
I don't know. I was fucking far away though, and it was like fast, so it couldn't have been a sniper. So tell me how the fuck that happens, and I can put a clip into someone, and I'll break their level 1 armor. There's something. It needs fixed. Like it's not. It's the gameplay runs smooth. Like I'll give them that. It does glitch a lot. Like there's something going on, like a helicopter or something. I think it makes my game lag. It runs smoother than PUBG. I think PUBG is just a better overall. It has better mechanics, and like the shooting is so much better in PUBG.
Is it?
It's really fun. I can't wait for them to update it and make it better. But I think it's broken right now.
Is it the COD like was just running on its fame, like its success, like that they didn't?
They took on a lot. They took on a lot with this mode. Like they're gonna. It's great how it's good how it is. I just can't wait for them to make it better.
So, Mike, are you asking, like, did they just put out a game saying, hey, we're COD, come and buy
Yeah,
it?
well,
Like,
the
here's our
thing is,
piece of
like,
shit game, but people are going to buy it?
PUBG, if I was working for that company, for, like, make Call of Duty games and stuff like that, I would try and bury PUBG in the ground.
I mean,
Make
that's...
it
They
completely
basically
irrelevant.
have.
did
that,
with
they
what
pretty,
they have.
I mean, that's what they did.
They've
for the
killed
most part.
PUBG and Fortnite in one swift
Have
blow.
they?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, are people gonna go back to PUBG
No.
because
Um,
of
I'm
this?
thinking about it.
Lucas might, but he's
Yeah, but
the
Lucas-
he's the
At the
1%.
moment, though, at the
So-
moment, like it can be, has so much potential. It's a great battle royale game. They made a perfect battle royale template, but it needs fixed. I think some of the guns can be taken away. I think some of the loot. You tell me there's a million 9-bangs in this one house. 9-bangs are fucking broken. Like it's not balanced. I think it's made. I told this to my friend earlier. I was like, it's made for fucking campers and babies. That's what this game's made for.
Ooh, I
It's
need
a
to buy
Call
this.
of Duty game.
But it's
bro.
made for campers and babies.
But it's
So that's
made
Call of
for
Duty,
the
though.
basic.
There's
gamer.
no
It's-
violence. There's no speed.
Oh, there's
and
plenty
there's
of
no
that.
momentum in
There's
this
more
game.
of all of that than PUBG. Like
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So,
Like, it has. Yeah, you've like it.
I could play a PUBG game for like 38 minutes and see one person.
That's
It'd
how
be
we
like the
played it,
biggest
though.
waste of time.
That's how we played it, and but that's how that game was designed. This game is
But-
designed for faster pace
Yeah,
and
so
more
it's-
contact, but there's bugs and it's not balanced right.
I
Well,
feel
yeah,
like you
but I-
just have to adapt to the Call of Duty.
I'm
Like,
sure
I
that's
feel like
part
you're
of it,
still
too.
thinking like it's PUBG when you need to feel like it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it too.
and
But
that's the other
like,
thing. Is look at PUBG and how long it took to get it balanced.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So it's just a time thing. I get what you're saying in the fact that it just came out. So maybe that's like, you're just saying, like, those are the
it
bugs that
can
need to
be
be
better.
fixed.
Yes.
But you also got to understand that it's like, they just put out the AAA game.
Yeah, I like it. Like it's good.
Like, the
I'm
base
glad it
game
came
is
out,
fine. Like, I have no problem paying the
but
Battle
there's a
Royale.
lot of room for improvement.
They just put out the first patch yesterday.
I didn't update.
So
Oh, it's available.
Damn.
yeah, maybe that will fix all your
I
problems.
doubt it.
No, probably
But
not.
I don't know. It's fun. It's cool. Like the zombies in there. I was doing that today. Like, getting
You
the
haven't
mystery
played
boxes and
zombies yet,
shit.
though?
No,
Like,
but I was
the
playing
zombies?
zombies like at the battle royale. That's just my opinion on it. I mean, this episode's all about my opinions.
I
apparently.
love it. I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah, Chan's addicted to it. I'm just.
like it. I
I'm
wish-
indifferent about it. I
I-
play it because you guys play it.
Yeah, I
It's-
play it
it's-
every day, but like I think it needs fixed.
I will say though, the more I play it, the more different it is than PUBG. Actually,
Oh, it's completely different.
you
can't
think,
look at
oh,
it
it's
the
battle
same way.
royale. It's like the same, but it's like they're the same, but they're completely different.
It's
Yeah,
so
they're
much
completely-
faster paced.
Yeah, it's a completely different mindset.
The gunplay. I feel like the gunplay is so much different in PUBG as opposed to
oh,
like
for sure.
Call of Duty and stuff like
in
that.
PUBG, you have time to like mope around and
Mhm.
loot, and like take your time and dilly dally. And in Call of
And-
Duty, you can't stop moving.
See, to me, in PUBG, as weird as this may sound, like everything seems like, I don't want to say crisper, but like if I move, like I feel like I'm moving. Where in Call of Duty, it's like, oh, like I'm moving, like I'm just, everything just flows together, kind of. Where with PUBG, I feel like it's more like, like I don't know, it's really difficult to
I
describe.
kind of understand.
Like the
what you're saying.
sensitivity.
Not necessarily sensitivity, but it's like if you like just like the flow of stuff in Call of Duty is so much like it all just kind of flows together. Where with PUBG, I feel like it's
And with PUBG, you actually have to like use your gun. You could just fucking shoot wherever you want in Call of Duty, and you're gonna kill somebody. PUBG, you have to fucking aim.
You can
And
aim in
actually
Call of Duty
hit.
too,
Nah,
bro.
Especially if they
it's
have
not
level
the
3
same.
armor.
It's not the same. Like it's so much easier to play Call of Duty. That's why I think the problem is like the skill gap is so much
Well,
different.
I mean, look at Call of Duty and Battlefield. It's so much easier to play COD than Battlefield.
Yeah, that's
Not
just
wrong.
how it is.
Dude, I suck at Battlefield. I'm like decent at Call of Duty.
Yeah, I'm like
My cook doesn't even
this
play
is
the
I
game.
don't know. I don't.
again. This is like my opinion on the game. Like this is how I'm taking
Well,
it. Like
I think that's kind of more like what you're saying is that
this is
it's-
my personal.
Call of Duty is set up more for Casuals.
average. Yeah,
Casuals.
Yeah,
He
filthy
can play.
casuals.
No offense, Mike Cook. You can play Blackout right now. You cannot play PUBG right now. That's
No.
just how it is.
Well, yeah. So there's it's just a steeper
Well, I
skill
think.
gap.
Well, I mean, doesn't that appeal to more people? Because
It does.
If professional gamers can play it, and veterans
Babies can play
it,
it.
and babies can play it,
Everyone can play
then
it.
everyone can play it.
It's like
Yeah.
Fortnite. Everyone can play it.
It's like
Yeah.
Overwatch.
Of course, Fortnite is like kind of trash.
I mean, yeah, Fortnite kind of. I think it's on
we
downside.
don't
People
even,
still.
we don't even need to talk about Fortnite.
Yeah,
It's dead.
Yeah.
So that,
Other than
was
that
just,
stupid fucking commercial about that black girl who gets like starts out like on her fucking Samsung Galaxy S7 playing Fortnite, then
Note 9.
she gets promoted
Same thing.
by the local GameStop, and then she gets fucking to hang out with Travis Scott, and then she gets to fucking play on the pro team with Ninja.
That's what, Chance,
What?
you just wish you could do that.
No, that commercial's dumb.
So that's just how I.
That commercial would have been sick 2 months ago when like Fortnite was at like its peak, and now that like
I mean, I just feel like Call of Duty, like how Mike was saying earlier, Call of Duty is just such a name. Like Mike does not play
No,
video
that-
games
that-
a whole
no.
lot,
it,
Not
and
really.
Mike knows what Call of Duty
and
is.
it's such
Yeah,
a name
exactly.
because it appeals to everybody. Like everybody has played a Call of Duty at some point.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying that I think if Call of Duty came out with a game like PUBG, in the sense that, I mean, think back
They
to whenever
can't.
PUBG first came out, how difficult it was. Like, we got good at it because of how much we played it. I think if Call of Duty had a game that came out like that, it would
People
just
wouldn't play it. It'd
yeah,
die.
people
I don't know.
who just want to play Call of Duty just to run around and shoot shit would not play it because
Yeah.
it's not it's
I'm just saying, like,
It's not Call of Duty.
skill almost has nothing to do with Blackout
I think
compared
it
to other
requires
games.
more skill. To be
see. I
honest.
could
No
say that
way.
I could say that all
Yes.
battle royale games come down to RNG more than anything.
It is. I think Call of Duty's
Which
more
has nothing
locked
to
in
do with
PUBG
skill.
was, and
Which has nothing
PUBG
to do
was
with
like
skill.
99%
I think
RNG.
that you feel like PUBG requires more skill because the controls are so much shittier, and it was harder to kill someone in PUBG because of that than it is to kill someone in
I
COD.
mean, the
because Call of Duty
controls-
is smooth as fuck.
But the controls weren't shitty. It's
Oh
just
no, PUBG controls were shitty at
Lucas,
first.
like what?
Trying to learn, dude. Trying to learn at first, it was ridiculous.
No.
Now it's whatever
Like
because you
aiming
played it for so
down
much.
iron sights and shit is horrible in PUBG.
It's
Unless
god awful in Blackout too.
it's not that bad.
And the
I feel like
fucking,
Iron Sight
this
is better
This is
in
one
COD.
problem I had, like the 2x scope. It takes up like your whole ass screen for a 2x scope, and you put the 3x, it's like a third of its size. I don't like that. Why is it so big?
I haven't noticed it. That doesn't.
Get the fuck out of here! It's so obvious that it's so big.
I
It takes
don't
up your whole
realize that.
screen. No, now
I
you
don't-
know. Now
I
it's gonna
don't-
bother
I don't
you.
realize
Well,
it
yeah,
either.
now
It
you
takes
just
up
ruined the
so much,
game.
and the fucking holographic is also right up in your face for some reason.
I also don't use those scopes, so that might have something. To
I'm
do
just
with
saying.
Chance goes all
I
Iron
think
Sight
there's
on
something
the
that needs
pistols.
removed, something that needs bugs fixed, and that's just my opinion on it. I mean, it's just
I
what
mean,
it
you're
is.
entitled.
That's what I'm saying.
You're completely
I mean-
entitled to your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, yeah, there's some shit that needs patched, but I think overall it's a good game.
No, personally, Lucas, I legitimately think you'd much rather play PUBG than Call of Duty.
Yeah, I do too.
100%. I would think you would much rather play PUBG, and because Call of Duty is not PUBG, that is why you're mainly
PUBG
upset.
is that
Knowing you
girl-
personally, that is what I'm
PUBG
saying.
is that girl you lost your virginity to, and then like,
Christ.
and like Call of Duty is like
I
your
actually
new
like PUBG, though.
girlfriend, but like you want to keep jacking into your old girl.
I don't think that's not even close to something that's relatable.
But yeah, I think
Oh, no.
knowing you, Lucas, I think that's what it is. I think it's more or less
Yeah,
that.
Tyler agrees.
What?
I said Tyler agrees.
Yeah. That
No.
you know, virginity and girl and whatnot.
No,
I
I'm-
just think it's one of those things where you really love PUBG, which PUBG is a good game. We all had fun with it.
It was good, but its time has come and passed.
I mean, I have no problem. Like I said, I'm very indifferent to the battle royale. I play it because you two play it, so I'm very in the middle of this. And yes, PUBG was good for X reasons. Call of Duty is good for X reasons. I just feel like you are very nitpicky right now
Yeah,
on Call of
because
Duty.
I think this game should be better. Like it has so much potential, and it's not quite where it needs to be. PUBG came in. I'm like,
Lucas,
okay,
it just released 2 weeks ago.
I know. I'm giving my opinions on how it is right now.
I know, but
Lucas,
Do you
I
think
feel
it's gonna
safe.
get better?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
PUBG has been out for 2 years, and look
And
how
look
much
how much it got
farther,
better.
Look how much farther COD is already ahead of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like when PUBG came out, we're like, oh, this game's trash.
It
But
still
it's
is.
gonna get better, and it got better from what it was. I'm not saying it went from early
Yeah,
access.
it got better. COD will get better too.
That's what I'm saying. Like PUBG came out early access. We're like, this is gonna be bad for a while, and it got to where it was like, all right, this is okay. Call of Duty starting out good, but I'm expecting fucking great. So that's what I'm saying. That gap between good and great, these are the bugs that need fixed to do that.
So
My opinion.
Lucas has high standards.
I don't know why I'm so
he has,
heated about
he has
this.
high standards for Call of Duty, but I will say this: I would feel safer, Lucas, with you driving in Call of Duty than I would with you in PUBG.
Yeah, because you can't fucking
Point
crash in
blank.
Call of Duty.
Point blank.
I was even like I was saying earlier, like I know I'm getting mad. I'm getting like
Calm
almost.
down.
I'm like getting like almost peak PUBG rage levels
Do you want me to put
already.
on porn?
I wanna know what gets him more fucking raged. Is it Eli Manning? Is it when you talk shit on Eli Manning or talk shit on PUBG?
Listen,
PUBG.
no, the best part was whenever I played with you guys the other day, because like it just came out, then 2 days later I played a Blackout game,
Fucking raging
and I
every game.
said, man, how's it been? And you guys were like, good. And I was like, Lucas, have you raged yet? And you're like, no, I've been pretty good. And then 2 games later, you're like, I'm fucking done with this game. This game is bullshit.
It is.
And then you were done for the night.
Right now it's bullshit. All right, and I said this earlier playing. Like I know I'm getting mad playing this game. Like I know I'm getting way too mad already at this game, and I'm aware of that, and I know that's affecting how I play. So I'm getting mad, which is making me worse, which is getting me even more mad, which is making me even more worse. So it's just like an endless fucking cycle.
And that's why you want to go back to your ex-girlfriend PUBG.
No, it needs it just needs something needs fixed.
Lucas, you were comfortable with PUBG. You need to embrace change.
I know it's gonna take a while.
It's like watching
gonna
porn
take
with
a while.
6
I
dudes.
understand that, but I'm just
You
saying.
just kind of got to go
It's like
for it.
switching from your right hand to your left hand, you know?
It's like getting spit on.
I'm just saying. All right.
Lucas,
All
your
right.
opinion is taken in, and we
I
appreciate
gave
you
a
sharing.
very good argument on
Yeah,
this game.
I see
so
exactly where you're coming from. I'm just saying that you have different standards.
I'm
for different games, which is
overreacting. I know.
understandable.
I'm overreacting.
Next
I'm
week-
aware that I am way too mad. I'm
3 weeks
too,
from
I
now-
know I shouldn't be this mad about this game. I know that, but I can't fucking help it. When I'm playing this game, I put 90 bullets in this guy. He 2-tasked me. Fuck that game.
3 weeks from now, Lucas is going to be like, Blackout is the best game ever. Fuck PUBG.
Because they're
Such
gonna have a
bullshit."
patch and it's gonna get better.
I'm gonna lead Lucas to a win tonight.
We haven't fucking played in a while. I think that's part of it too. I mean, I need to get some fucking squads back.
God damn. Well, that,
Oh
I mean,
man, I'm getting all sweaty now.
Lucas is sweaty.
Would
Lucas
it
needs to
heat me
calm
up?
down. I just want to, you know what? We'll take the time. Thank you, Mike Cook, for coming on.
Yeah, Mike.
Can I actually promote something?
Mike, you can do whatever you want to. This is your time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I have so we're recording an album and EP right now in my band, The Forest Floor.
Amazing band, by the way.
Wait,
Amazing.
is it the Forest Floor
The-
or Forest Floor?
The Forest Floor.
Okay, the Forest Floor.
Mike makes good fuck tunes, so
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Lucas has heard
Okay,
quite a bit of it.
Mike, go ahead. Sorry, we
No,
won't
no,
distract you.
It's fine. We're recording an EP and an album in 1 month from now. It'll probably be out around January. So keep that on your calendars. The EP will be out around January, and the album will be out around April or March.
Well, we'll have you back in, Michael.
But yeah.
where there'll be a
And-
vinyl release because
There, if you pay or the ridiculous amount that we have to, you would have to pay to make the vinyl, then yeah, sure, there could be a vinyl release. But honestly, we're working really hard. We're we're tracking the instruments live.
that's awesome.
So yeah, so we're practicing for a month solid, so that we get everything perfect, so we can track them live.
So wait, what exactly is this tracking live?
Well,
mean?
pretty much where we record the acoustic guitar, bass guitar, electric guitar, and drums all at the same time together, and we play through the whole song.
Instead of just like recording
Instead of
this
one
riff
piece
or
by
that
piece
by
verse.
piece
Yeah.
by
Okay.
piece.
Okay.
Yeah, so and then we're going to go back in and do the vocals and the random instruments, and then master it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Do you have a name for the album yet?
we don't have a name for the EP, but we do have a name for the album. It's called The Wandering Fool, which is actually the Wandering Fool. It's with an A, not the Wandering, the Wandering Fool, and it's pretty much about like trying to find your purpose in life with the big, you know, like it's pretty hard to discern what you want to do with your life, and that's coming from someone who was lost for a long time and didn't know what he wanted to do. And I feel like, especially with our generation and the generation below us, that's like a really big thing that that people are yearning for, is some sort of direction. So it's about not having direction and finding direction. And so I hope you guys stay tuned to that. And also my buddy is making a card game. Am I allowed to
Go for
pitch
it.
that? Okay.
Plug the card game. Fuck
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna have this card. Maybe I could even have him in, and we could play it. Honestly,
What's the Mike? Describe the
Okay,
card game.
it's called Big Boy Throwdown. It is one of the funniest. Okay, he has cards like George Washington. It's like
Is it like apples to apples, but
no.
like different?
Imagine like a meme. You remember Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I
Okay.
remember Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, imagine Yu-Gi-Oh,
Hell yeah, Batman.
but well, not really. But like, it's like a meme-based game, but they're not memes. They like create their own goofy fucking characters. And like, there's George Washington. He has like a special like effect and shit like that. And there's a card like my favorite card. It's called It's Brandon. Or It's Brendan rather, and it's just this guy who's completely red, like sitting in a room, crouched. Like, and there's Frogman and like
What's the point of the game, Mike?
it's okay. So it's pretty much like it's based on luck. So you get 3 die, you roll a die, and you can attack, and you have to do some math. And then if you destroy the other person's card, you get 3 cards. If you destroy the other person's card, you have to put it in like the little graveyard section, and then you can roll your luck, and you have numbers on your card, like you have to get below your luck number. So say like my luck number is like 50, some are like 30, some are like 60. I have to get below that on the die in order to draw a card, and the person with the most cards at the end of the game, or the person with cards period at the end of the game, wins. And it's a really, really fun game. And it's
Sounds
just
interesting.
hilarious to look at the artwork and to look at, like, how ridiculous. Like, I pitched a few, like things like Rainy Day Daniel. It's just, like, a sad guy looking out of a window. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'd have to...
So what's the name of this game? Is there anywhere?
Yeah, Big Boy Throwdown.
Big Boy Throwdown. And
I believe that's what it is.
Like who?
Christian Kane. He's my
Oh,
boy.
okay.
Yeah,
I know Christian.
you know Christian
yeah.
Kane.
Okay, yeah, I do know Christian Kane.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were
Can
going
we
to say
have
Christian
Oh,
Morgan.
well, we'll see.
Oh, no, not Christian Morgan. Not Captain Morgan.
If this game ever gets released,
No, they're marketing it and selling it.
Really?
Yes.
Like it's legit.
It's legit. It's going to be awesome. It's like 10 plus.
10 plus.
So,
Alright.
And what's the name one more time?
Big Boy Throwdown.
Can I go to bigboythrowdown.com or anything?
No, not
Not
yet,
yet.
but it's coming.
Alright, Lucas.
They also have a survey.
Obvious.
No, yeah. That's right. But yeah, I hope you guys stay interested in Big Boy Throwdown, and maybe
Yeah,
if
we'll
you could
see.
have
We'll
Christian
see
on.
what we can. Yeah, we'll see. What we can do.
Looking
and then
forward to it.
The Forest Floor, the album.
Do you have like a Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, the Forest Floor. Follow me on the Forest Floor Facebook page. I'm making an Instagram right now.
Have Twitter?
No Twitter. Not
That's
yet.
You need
understandable.
that Twitter, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
That's where
Trash Your Radio will give you a follow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
you.
that's guaranteed right there.
Yeah.
I'm speaking for Chance because
Yeah.
Chance is
Right.
our social media master.
We're all excited.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
Early
Like,
so the Forest Floor. What is it? The Forest Floor, The Wandering.
The
Coming in
Wandering
January.
Fool.
In
Coming
January.
Yeah.
Mike, we'll definitely have you back on to discuss it some more once
Awesome,
you're a little
thank
bit
you.
further along. Once again, thank you, Mike, for coming on. We appreciate it.
amazing
Mike.
episode,
Yeah,
Mike
Mike.
Cook.
Great
You really
so much.
changed this whole
Yeah,
podcast.
Mike, we'll have to have you on more often.
Well, we'll bring you on again, Mike.
That was
Don't
good.
worry.
Awesome.
You're a good time.
Thanks, man.
Your outside views are just premium.
Yeah. Thank you. I was trying to keep it. I was trying to keep it a little clean.
We all
I
try.
really failed at that.
Let's
I
see
mean,
about that after the
you-
final edit.
I was about to say you talked about watching porn and spitting on Lucas, so how much dirtier
Can't
can
really
you really
beat
get?
that.
Yeah. No.
And you called people yellow, so
I didn't.
yeah, Mike. We all know what that was about.
All
but
right.
All
That's
right,
fair.
let's wrap it up.
All right.
all right, Lucas.
I have a lot of Asian
Oh, yeah.
friends, so I can't.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening again. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Trash Deer Sports, Facebook, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify. Make sure you subscribe to us. Listen to all of our good content.
Like,
and whatnot.
share, comment.
We really appreciate it.
Give me a poke on
Subscribe.
Yeah, poke Lucas.
Lucas
Poke
is
the
lonely.
shit
He
out of
needs
Lucas.
poked.
Bad.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next one.
See you
All right,
later.
peace out.
Giddy on up.